Mask on. Job safe. Let's talk about that there. Freedom of speech. How important is it to you? Don't seem to be very important to the left. Don't seem to be very important to the liberals. Anytime they're confronted with hard facts about you try to suppress something, you go against that. We keep getting the human rights are more important. It's better to conserve your feelings than it is to have your freedom of speech. So let's do a little experiment. I'm going to sit here in theory, not in reality, agree. Okay, I see what you're saying. So let's start somewhere. A word, one single word we can all agree on. Let's ban this word forever. You cannot say this word. If you say this word, you are either fined or you go to jail. What words should we start with? I could think of one. Both sides fine. Evil. Both sides fine. Bad. It's not a good word. This word is old. It goes back centuries by now. I'll give you a hint. It starts with an N. You know what word I'm thinking about? I already put it in your brain. I should be in trouble for even thinking that, for putting it in your brain. So let's think about that right there. Nobody gets to say it. That's how we bring people together, by suppressing freedom of speech. Nobody. You can't divide people like that. One word for all. Nobody. So now that one word's banned. It can't be on records. You can't say it. You can't say any version of it. You can't say the original word that ends in O, starts with an N, ends with an O. You can't say the social friendly version, which starts with an N and ends with an A, which I have personally seen people fired for, simply because it didn't match their tone. One of them was a white girl that only dated black guys. The other one was a Mexican. Gone. You're out the door. And definitely by far, we got to ban the hard R version. But no, let's try it. Who do you think's going to uprise? Who do you think's going to want to hold on to that word? Say you can't take that word. How many records, singles, has that word been on? Who thinks it's okay to use that word? You talk to some old heads from back in the day. Some real men that stood up in the civil rights movement. That sit down with Mr. Martin Luther King. I apologize, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. They do not like that word in any iteration. Young people go around throwing it here and there, no problem. You ask any of these real people, the real ones from the 60s that stood up for your rights, got laws passed, repealed Jim Crow for you. If you ask them to ban a word, they will ban that word without a problem. They do not like that word anywhere in their house. That will get a person slapped. So how about that word, y'all? Y'all want to do this big freedom of speech suppression? Trying to shut down whatever President Trump or Trump supporters or the hard right or the alt-right or just the right? Y'all want to shut shit down? Let's start with one word. That's it. One word. I think we could all agree on this word. Yeah? Yeah? No. But who's going to fucking bitch and complain? It's not going to be the right. Yeah, it will also be the right because we say freedom of speech. We have the right to say whatever the fuck we want. But in this theoretical example, prove me wrong. Why shouldn't that word be banned? If one word should be banned, why shouldn't that word be? All the records that are out the door. No downloads. If it's on YouTube, if it's on Spotify, iTunes, it's gone. It cannot be on there. If you get caught saying it, bye-bye. How about it? How's that sound? Who's for it? Who will say they're against it? Freedom of speech. Learn it, live it. And I'd say shut the fuck up, but say it loud.